Hi, and in this video, I'm going to share 7 signs that a man is emotionally investing in you in order. Hi, I'm Matt Shaffer, your empowerment, connection, and relationship coach. I'm a former attorney who's committed his life to supporting you and creating the sort of fun, fulfilling, dynamic connections and relationships with men that you are so worthy of. And I am really excited about this video. I'm going to be sharing with you 7 telltale signs that a man is becoming emotionally invested in you in the order that they happen for men. So if you're curious about whether a romantic partner or a guy that you're getting to know is becoming emotionally invested in you, this is going to really help you understand where he is in that process. But before we dive into it, be sure to take a second, hit that little subscribe button, and don't forget to click the link in the comments and caption because I have an amazing free course coming up, a 3-week free course called Mastery of Connection. This is going to focus on your belief system, your attachment style, your personality type, and it's going to have over 50 hours of live group coaching with me. So if you want to do some deep work and transform your relationships with men and everyone else in your life from the inside out, be sure to click the link, apply, and it doesn't matter if it's after February 21st, we're going to be offering this for a full 3 weeks, and if it's after the course, we'll put you on the wait list for the next one, and it's totally free, so what do you got to lose? All right, so I hope to see you there, and without further ado, let's dive into the video. So first off, a fun fact. Did you know that men actually fall in love faster than women? Yep. Studies have shown that men fall in love over an average of 88 days. And for women, it's over 100. So the question is, how do we activate a man's emotional investment? And how can we tell if he's climbing that ladder? Now, it's important to understand that in large part, men invest in relationships and connections with women through their actions, much as you would invest money in a bank account, right? Actions are a powerful way that men express emotional intent and emotional commitment. So if you want to get a sense of how much a man is investing in you or is invested in you, look to his actions, look to how he's showing up and what he's doing. It's going to give you a huge indicator. And a lot of these tips I'm about to share with you are going to be based around the actions he's taking in relationship. And the first sign that a man is emotionally investing in you is they take the lead right away. That's right, a man who is activated and inspired by you and feels these feelings coming up in the very beginning, he's going to have no problem taking the reins and being directive in the way that you two are connecting. So this might look like him after a couple days or even a day of chatting with you on a dating app or over text, asking you to dinner, making concrete plans with you. And even while you're on that first date with him, right, he's going to already be planning and talking to you about your second date. He's taking the bull by the horns and he is running with it. And for example, in my own relationship, I met Callie, my girlfriend, at an event out of town, right, in Arizona. I live here in Austin. And so in my communication with her after the event, very soon after, I invited her to come to Austin to visit me so that I could show her around. And fortunately, she did. And sign number 2, they put actual thought and effort into planning early stage dates. A man who is emotionally investing in you is not going to be asking you to come over and Netflix and chill right off the bat. He's going to be putting a lot of conscious time and energy into planning experiences for the two of you so that you guys can have fun and really get to know each other. For example, on your first date, when he's still getting to know you, he might ask you what your favorite foods are and what foods you don't like so he can pick the perfect restaurant for the two of you to go eat at. And another example of this is he strings experiences together in a way that they flow really beautifully. Like, for example, he takes you for an amazing hike up a nearby mountain, and then afterwards, he takes you to dinner at a brewery at the foot of that mountain where they're playing some live folk music, which happens to be, of course, your favorite music. And sign number 3, they are genuinely interested in the details of your life. This one is huge. A man who is emotionally investing in you is going to really be interested and curious about who you are, where you came from, all the little nuances and details of how you became the person that is in front of them today. So what does this look like? Well, first off, they're going to be asking questions about you. So they might ask you something like, so what was it like being a dancer your whole life? Or, I bet growing up in Wyoming was interesting. What did you like about it? Little questions like this help a man really understand who you are, what your character is, what you're passionate about, so that they can understand you at a deeper level. And secondly, they remember the details that they've learned from you through all those questions they asked you, and they're going to demonstrate that to you unconsciously. So a guy might say, hey, so one of my friends is having an ecstatic dance party this weekend. I remember you saying you wanted to get back into dancing, so why don't you go? It'll be a lot of fun. So just remember, if a guy is bringing up little details from your life and you really can tell that he's listening to the minutia of what you're saying, he's probably emotionally investing in you. And the fourth sign that a man is emotionally investing in you is that they're willing to do things for you that are way outside of their comfort zone. This is a big one. Men that are getting really attached to you emotionally are going to be open to do things for you and with you that they would otherwise never do. And the biggest example of this is they're going to be willing to try something or do something with you that they literally would never do otherwise. For example, my girlfriend loves ecstatic dance and to move her body like that. I am generally not a dancer, but I have already danced so much more with her than in any other time in my life, just because of that beautiful invitation she makes to me to do so. And, I am more than happy to follow her on that. So if she wants to go to an ecstatic dance thing, I am excited and open to trying it with her, even though I would never do that on my own, I promise. But it doesn't have to be dance. It's generally going to show up as a man who's just open to doing whatever with you, whether it be ballet or hiking or anything that's like outside of his normal spectrum of activity. All that matters is that he's really open to doing it from an authentic, enthusiastic place, not from a place of obligation or feeling like they have to or else they're going to get in trouble. So be sure to check with a man's energy when you ask him to do something. And if he seems excited to try it with you, then guess what? He's probably emotionally investing in you. And another huge way that men stretch outside of their comfort zone when they're emotionally investing in a woman is through being vulnerable, especially when it's not easy. And this could look like speaking about their feelings, talking about past relationships, or sharing something in the early stages of getting to know you that seems really, really intimate. And I want to share an example of what this vulnerability looks like from my own life, from my last relationship. So when I met Callie, I was struck by how much she embodied and represented what I was looking for in terms of my queen, in terms of my life partner, right? And I had a desire to tell her that she really embodied so much of what I had been looking for in a relationship, but I was a little scared to do so. But because I was already feeling a deep sense of emotional investment in her, I decided to be courageous and just tell her that in the months following my last relationship, that I had been really wanting to call in my queen and have been asking for clarity around what she looks like, what my partner looks like. And in meeting her, I really felt that I had found so much clarity around what it is that I want in my own relationship. And I thanked her for that. And again, I wasn't attached to how our relationship unfolded, but I felt the desire to be very vulnerable with her around that. And it all paid off. And I'm really grateful for that. So if a man is being vulnerable with you, if he is being open with you about things involving past relationships and stuff, chances are it's because he feels that desire to emotionally invest in you and he's wanting to bridge the gap with vulnerability. And the fifth sign is they are consistent in how they show up for you. There's a phrase I use a lot with my clients and students. It's that a man's character and his intention isn't communicated by his words. It's communicated through his consistent behavior over time. So this is going to be a great way for you to tell if a man is emotionally invested in you or not. So what does consistency look like? It's responding to your texts quickly and reliably. It's always planning another date for y'all so you don't ever feel like things are fuzzy or uncertain. It's no matter what's going on in his life and how he's feeling emotionally or whatever he's dealing with, he's always showing up as a stable, safe place for you. See, that's an important one, right? Because, man, we have a lot going on in our lives. We have stressors. We may be frustrated about things. But when it comes to our relationship, a man who is emotionally invested in you is not going to take out his day or his emotions on you because he understands that your safety and your stability is extremely important to him. And an important way to determine if a man is being consistent for you in a way that matters is to ask yourself, do you feel safe with him? Are his patterns of behavior emotionally, physically, and energetically, are they calming your nervous system and dropping you into a safe place? Or are they activating you and triggering you and making you feel fearful and making you feel unsafe? Listen to your body wisdom. When it comes to consistency, it's an amazing guide. In sign 6, they claim you in a clear and direct way. A man who is emotionally investing in you is not going to be some casual, passive dude when he asks you to be in a relationship.
So, I was thinking that maybe we could stop dating other people and maybe just date each other for a little bit and see how it goes. I mean, if you're cool with that, if not, just forget I ever asked.
Nope, you're not going to get any wishy-washy stuff from a man who's claiming you. He is going to ask you to be in a relationship in a way that makes you feel safe and like he wants to be with you and only you. And this is what this would look like. Hey, I've loved getting to know you, and I don't want to share you with anyone else. Will you be my girlfriend? See, there is no questioning what that man's intentions are and what he's looking to create with you. And the 7th sign is they future build with you. And this brings up an important concept, right? That all men are builders. They are building their relationships, they're building their business, they're building their legacy, right? And they're looking towards the future and they're asking themselves, who gets to be in my future and what does my future look like? And so if a man is future building with you, it means that he sees you as part of that future. What might look like him mentioning things that he wants to do with you off in the future, right? Like he thinks about some tennis tournament he wants to take you to 6 months from now, or what are you doing for your birthday and what are some fun things we could do for your birthday 8 or 9 months from now. He's not afraid to look into the future with you because he truly sees you in it. And this also might look like him talking about his goals and his vision for his life 5 years, 10 years down the road. And if he's sharing that with you, it's because he sees you potentially as part of it and he wants to share in that with you, right? So one of the greatest ways that you can fuel a man who's future building and help him get further emotionally invested in you is to play with him, right? So if he's talking about things that he would love for y'all to do together 6 months from now or 5 years from now, respond and let him know how much you would love that and suggest other things. Let him know a great trip you want to go on maybe a year or two from now. Just feel free to play with him in that space. And the more you fuel his imagination, the more emotional security you're giving him, that's going to embolden him to get even more invested in you and future build with you even more. And the last important way men future build with you is by introducing you to their long-term people. That means their friends, their family, the people that are going to be in their lives forever. If you've entered that circle, it's because he sees you as one of them too. So there you go, ladies. 7 signs in order that a man is emotionally investing in you deeper and deeper. And to recap those signs, the first is they take the lead immediately. They are not afraid to take the initiative and to plan dates and to ask you out. They want to take the driver's seat and move this thing forward because they see a lot of value and potential in you. And number 2, they put actual thought and effort into planning dates. They're not just going to Netflix and chill with you. They're going to plan experiences that allow you to have fun and get to know each other in a meaningful way. And sign 3, they are genuinely curious about the details of your life. They really want to understand who you are. So they're going to want to know about your family, your past, even your past relationships, right? It's really powerful when a partner gets to know you by understanding your past relationship history. So if he's asking you those questions, don't assume it's because he's jealous or insecure. Maybe he just wants to really understand how you became the amazing woman that he sees before him. And number 4, they're willing to stretch out of their comfort zone for you. So maybe they're a plumber who's willing to go to a ballet recital, or in my case, I'm willing to start ecstatic dancing and moving in ways that I'm not used to and that I'm not really comfortable with. But when you're really emotionally invested in your partner like I am in mine, it's easy to jump out of what's normal for you and go into something new. And number 5, they're consistent in how they show up for you. You're never left guessing or feeling uncertain about whether or not you're a priority in their life, okay? And that consistency will lead to you feeling safe and secure in the relationship. So if you're not feeling safe, it might be because they're not being consistent with you. That's definitely something to look at. And number 6, they claim you in a clear and decisive way. There will be no apathetic or ambivalent asking you to maybe hang out with them. A guy who is emotionally invested in you is going to claim you as his partner, as his queen, because he wants to lock you down and have you as his woman. That is a powerful sign that he is deeply attached to you and he's ready to take things to the next level in a meaningful way. And number 7, they future build with you. They're not shy about expressing to you what that future might look like and the role you might play in it, right? So feed into that and play with that with him if you really do see that future happening as well. So I hope you enjoyed these tips and you use them to help you create the beautiful relationship that you are so worthy of. But before you do, take a second, hit that little subscribe button, and don't forget to click that link in the comments and caption, because again, I have an amazing free course coming up on February 21st, Mastery of Connection. It is going to be an incredible experience. It's going to transform your relationships from the inside out. So it's going to help you do belief work, attachment style work, and personality type work. You're going to get 50 hours of live coaching with me, and it is absolutely free. So click that link or head over to masteryofconnection.com to sign up. And even if it's anytime after February 21st, still click that link and you'll either join this course or get on the waiting list for the next one. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.